brought back. You just have no time as a person to process what you just witnessed. You're more worried about the journalist in you that needs to make sure you have all the facts accurate, all the details. Obviously, we just seen within the last couple of hours that within the last hour that a timeline is crucial to keep when you're a journalist watching this, especially with the lawsuit claims that just came about. But I understand. I mean, I can only imagine what they're feeling right now. I mean, obviously, I was in there just last week, and it's one of those things. They're going to get up to the podium. They're probably going to have one person talk like we did, and just like the last one. And it's difficult, but you want to get that information out there as soon as you can.
If you're maybe coming in late, there was a stay of execution for Marcel Williams tonight that stretched out over about 2 hours and 15 minutes, and it was all about a discrepancy in the account of what happened during the execution of Jack Jones earlier in the evening. Attorneys for Williams argued that the Jones execution was botched and that the state of Arkansas caused him extreme pain in violation of his constitutional rights, and they didn't want the same thing to happen to their client. And based on that account, the judge issued a stay of execution. The state of Arkansas then came back and argued that that wasn't the case. Ultimately, the judge sided in their favor, and you have to think it was because of the accounts of the witnesses who were there and could recount exactly what happened, because we know these events are not recorded.
Exactly. So that's why it's just crucial to be paying attention to every detail and timeline. I imagine that they're going to share with us here a timeline that Elizabeth is in there to pay attention to, but it's just you have to be accurate when you're talking about witnessing an execution at that point.
So the witnesses now will make statements?
Yes, they will. Yes, they will make statements before the cameras. And how it's gone the last 2 times is that a member of the Associated Press will go out there and put the timeline out. I know that with our group, we had our timeline all the same, and it was accurate. So there was no reason for us to keep, all of us to go ahead with the timeline. So I imagine they're going to have the AP guy go ahead, talk about the timeline. They'll agree. There may be some questions fielded, but then we're not going to hear from the victim's family this time since they declined to comment. So it's just, we're going to have to see what they have to say about it. But
and also the media takes questions from the other press that are in there. Yes. I was in there when you were your group was giving their account of what they saw, and lots of media having additional questions on top of it. Just to clarify, like last night, like earlier tonight, what happened. It's always important to get a timeline.
Yeah, definitely want to clarify. I mean, you have to be accurate. Was he swallowing? Was he gasping? Those are things you cannot miss. You need to know whether he was swallowing or gasping, because
and it appears
here comes a convoy behind us. These are witnesses who were brought in by the state of Arkansas, again, to witness this process. And again, we can't stress enough the importance of that job. It's not an easy job. It's probably something most of us would not want to take on, but they have done it, and now they are leaving. We believe that some of the family members of Stacey Erickson were here to witness this execution tonight. We don't know if they may have been leaving in that convoy or if they will come back and also make a statement. It's at the discretion of the families whether they want to participate in that practice with the media.
And I believe the family has said they are not going to make a statement.
They are not going to make a statement, so that could very well have been them leaving in this convoy.
I am going to leave you guys. I'm going to go see and check if there's any other information I can find out, see what Elizabeth's talking about, okay?
Maureen, thank you very much.